you got these morons like Lamonica MacGyver and all her glory out there dressed in red trying to throw a few punches around because she thinks she can, because she thinks the rule of law does not apply to her. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you. The judge does not agree. And one Lamonica MacGyver is going to find her big fat you-know-what sitting in the slammer pretty soon. She's facing up to 17 years. 17 years because she thinks it's perfectly fine to shove her weight around. And she had plenty to shove out in New Jersey. Watch it. Woo! And? Did you see that? We're going to see it again. Boom. Did you see that right hook? Okay. I hope you did, because that's actually an important part of all of this. Let's go back. Take a peek. Boom! Unbelievable. Okay, so her whole idea was that she was going to avoid somehow prison because she was going to say that this was a political motivation. She was a target, and the judge is not buying it. This means that she's going to trial now, okay? Judge questions whether New Jersey Representative Lamonica MacGyver was illegally targeted by the Trump administration. She's trying to allege that she was illegally targeted, and everybody's like, no. You're the one that did the punching, honey. Okay, you didn't have to go out and punch. And the judge is sitting there going, but, you know, all these other people, they didn't get charged, but then again, they weren't caught on camera with the right hook. It's not that hard. Oh, woe is me, woe is me. You know, I'm just a up-and-coming young black politician, female. So therefore, what, you deserve a special set of rules? I mean, I guess if you're running the country, you'd be spying on everyone, right? Because you think, once again, that the rule of law does not apply to you, Lamonica, just like Jack Smith and the entire team involved in the Biden administration did not think that the rule of law applied to them. Rules for thee, but not for me. So she thinks she's perfectly within, you know, her good graces to go out there and do what she's doing. And then she's trying to actually point to new body cam footage that came out showing that the approval was given from the high ups, right? Rachel Maddow's acting like this is something. It's not. In fact, if anything, it just shows me they got a chain of command, and that's a normal thing, and that's a good thing. The chain of command said, hey, if she's out of control, you go ahead and you arrest her. If Bakara, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, is going to continue to be out of control with his protesting and not actually go to his scheduled appointment time, which he didn't bother to get, then yes, you have the ability to go and arrest him. Here, this is what they're actually thinking is something, and it's nothing.
Well, thanks to body cam footage released by a federal court just this afternoon, we now know that the mayor of Newark was right when he said that that arrest did not arise organically from anything that happened on the ground at that ICE facility. He said at the time that his arrest appeared to have been ordered specifically by top Trump officials in Washington. Well, now today we can see with our own eyes that that appears to be true.
So
no,
what?
I got it. We're taking them right now. All right. Well, let me pop. You've been waiting an hour now. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm going to take them right now. Okay. That's good. Okay. Okay, even though we stepped out, I'm going to put them in cuffs. We're here over an hour. And we have the right to be all right, there. I'm cuffing them right now. All right. Guys, listen to me. We're going to walk out the gates. I'm going to place the mayor in handcuffs, okay? We are arresting the mayor right now.
Okay, so that's their big thing. Then watch what he says.
Justice Attorney General of the United States.
You hear that? On the order of the Attorney General of the United States. So what? He's following orders. What does that have to do with you and your right hook, lady in red? Nothing. And there it is. Okay, so the judge is refusing to throw this out because, again, rightly so, there's something there. I want to go back to that article here in Politico where we see the judge is questioning whether New Jersey Representative Lamonica MacGyver was illegally targeted by the Trump administration. And his answer was no, because, when you look at the rest of them and you see what else was going down, you, honey pie, were no different than anyone else. A federal judge appeared skeptical of New Jersey Democrat Representative Lamonica MacGyver's attempts to get charges against her dismissed because they are, quote unquote, according to her, selective or vindictive. So this is a judge, by the way, who was a Biden appointee. Okay, so he's not a Trump guy, but he has a brain. And he asked, well, how could he reach this conclusion that the Trump administration was somehow targeting her specifically when, in fact, there were other representatives like Coleman and Menendez who were also there, but they were not prosecuted. In other words, had nothing to do with the fact that she's a Democrat and everything to do with it. She's throwing her weight around, literally. So they had a 2-hour hearing. His name is Semper. Again, as I said, an appointment by Joe Biden. And he basically said, you don't make any sense. I told you she needs more money. She needs some legal help. She needs to go get Letitia's attorney, Abby Lowell. He charges a pretty penny because, he represented Hunter Biden. She argues that the charges that she assaulted 2 Homeland Security officers, according to an article in Politico I'm reading to you, and impeded their work should be dismissed because of the Constitution's speech or debate clause, which grants members of Congress a form of immunity that is mostly impenetrable in investigations relating to the official duties of lawmakers. So she's like, I'm just doing my duty. I'm just out there doing my duty, and I have to occasionally get a little fisticuffs in there. She's not doing her duty. Give me a break. That woman's not doing her job. She could have made an appointment like any other normal human being. Instead, she chose this. I can't believe this. You see it? Okay, but the one that you really need to see is coming up. That one. And then if you slow it down, boom. Right? Oh, whoa. Okay? Like that is a problem. And guess what's going to happen? The jury's going to watch that tape. The jury's going to come to its own conclusion. I imagine the jury's going to say, yeah, you kind of smacked the guy and you can't do that. You can't do that, especially as a member of Congress, if you think about it. The judge repeatedly came back to the fact again that Watson, Coleman, and Menendez, they were all there. None of them were charged. They were all in the same group, okay? And none of them wound up using their right hook. Okay, Monica, I'm sorry you dressed in red that day. Unfortunately for you, you did what you did. She's trying to campaign off of this, trying to get money. Like, she matters nowhere in terms of the Democrat Party. Look at AOC. Unfortunately, AOC is like killing it on fundraising, nearly $10 million. Lamonica has to date $147K to try and pay for her bad legal advice. Here's what she has overall. AOC nearly $12 million. Lamonica $669,000. So she is struggling, but you know what? I don't feel bad for the lady. I really don't. No. Not when I see behavior like that. When I see that, I am in full agreement with the judge. And so this means she's going to trial now. He's refusing to throw out this case. A Biden-appointed judge says, lady, you got nothing. And he's right. Listen, we got some good news coming out of Asia. I love seeing that. Looks like some deals are getting done and things might be thawing a little bit. Let's hope with China, although there is an effort to get our arsenal up and running. You know what? What's the expression? Walk softly, but carry a big stick. You want to make sure that the United States has a really big stick, okay? And that is something that Donald Trump is committed to doing. So I don't have a problem with that. It is great to have you guys all here. Thank you for everything you do to make this show the success it is. If it weren't for your patronage and your ability to be here every day and hitting the bell, right? So you know when I'm live, this wouldn't be happening. Thank you again. I'll see you back here live on the Trish Regan Show tomorrow.